Wonderful Wizard of Oz. Once upon a time in the vast, flat prairies of Kansas, a young girl named Dorothy lived with her Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. Their small farmhouse was surrounded by miles of gray, desolate fields. Dorothy's only friend was her little dog, Toto, who brought joy to her otherwise dull life. One fateful day, a fierce tornado swept through Kansas. Aunt Em and Uncle Henry hurried to the storm cellar, but Dorothy and Toto didn't make it in time. The powerful winds picked up their house and carried it far, far away. When the house finally landed with a thud, Dorothy and Toto stepped outside to find themselves in a magical land unlike anything they had ever seen. Dorothy was greeted by the cheerful Munchkins, who thanked her for freeing them from the Wicked Witch of the East. Her house had landed on the witch, crushing her. Glinda, the Good Witch of the North, appeared and gave Dorothy the witch's sparkling silver shoes. Dorothy asked how she could return to Kansas, and Glinda advised her to follow the yellow brick road to the Emerald City, where the Wizard of Oz might help her. As Dorothy and Toto began their journey, they met a scarecrow in a cornfield. The scarecrow was kind but felt incomplete because he had no brain. Dorothy invited him to join her on her journey to see the wizard, hoping he might grant the scarecrow's wish for intelligence. Further down the road, they encountered a Tin Woodman rusted in place. After freeing him with oil, the Tin Woodman revealed his sadness over lacking a heart. He decided to accompany Dorothy and the Scarecrow to ask the wizard for a heart. The trio soon met a cowardly lion, who confessed he lacked courage despite being the king of beasts. Encouraged by Dorothy, the lion joined their quest, hoping the wizard could grant him bravery. The group's journey along the yellow brick road was filled with challenges. They crossed a dense forest, navigated a field of poppies that caused sleepiness, and worked together to overcome their fears. Along the way, they grew closer and learned to rely on one another's strengths. After many adventures and overcoming various obstacles, the group reached the dazzling Emerald City. The wizard agreed to meet them but insisted they first prove their worth by defeating the Wicked Witch of the West. The friends journeyed to the witch's castle, where they faced numerous challenges. The Wicked Witch captured Dorothy and tried to steal her silver shoes, believing they held great power. In a moment of anger, Dorothy threw a bucket of water at the witch, accidentally melting her. With the witch's demise, her enslaved subjects were freed and gratefully helped Dorothy and her friends. Back in the Emerald City, the wizard revealed that he was just an ordinary man from Kansas who had arrived in Oz in a hot air balloon. Though he lacked magical powers, he granted the Scarecrow, Tin Woodman, and Lion their wishes in clever ways: a diploma for the Scarecrow, a silk heart filled with kindness for the Tin Woodman, and a medal of bravery for the Lion. During their time together, Dorothy and her companions formed a deep bond. The Scarecrow, though lacking a brain, often came up with clever solutions. The Tin Woodman's compassion and care for others were evident despite his lack of a heart. The Lion's courage surfaced when his friends were in danger, proving he was braver than he believed. These experiences taught Dorothy the value of friendship and the hidden strengths within everyone. The wizard offered to take Dorothy back to Kansas in his balloon, but an accident caused the balloon to leave without her. Heartbroken, Dorothy sought Glinda's help again. Glinda explained that Dorothy had always had the power to return home by clicking the heels of her silver shoes together and wishing to go back. With a tearful goodbye to her friends, Dorothy followed Glinda's instructions. She clicked her heels, closed her eyes, and repeated, "There's no place like home." In an instant, she was back in Kansas, where she was joyfully reunited with Aunt Em and Uncle Henry. Though her adventure in Oz was over, Dorothy's heart was filled with gratitude and the knowledge that home truly is where the heart is. Though Dorothy returned to Kansas, the lessons and memories of Oz stayed with her forever. She often dreamed of her companions and the magical land. The adventure taught her courage, compassion, and the importance of believing in oneself. Dorothy's tale became an inspiration for many, reminding everyone that even the most extraordinary journeys can begin with the simple desire to go home.